Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M4A1 Sherman with a 76mm gun. It's located on the south spawn of Halluf and it's under the command of ProvoBob. And ProvoBob is on the Australia-New Zealand server, which means that he's got bots in this game. And the bots are identified with a semicolon before, or it's not a semicolon actually, it's a colon before and after their name. So there's quite a few you might see. And there's only 14 players on each team. Now the M4A1 with a 76mm is quite rare because basically the M4A1s that were actually built were built early on in, I think it was 1942 to 1943, and they actually had the 75mm gun. That was the standard gun. They were built at the Lima Locomotive Works, the Press Steel Car Company and the Pacific Car and Foundry Company, and they only fitted the 75mm. There were some 76mm armed M4s, A1s, but they didn't come into being until January of 1944, so quite late during the war. It's a tier 5 game with tier 4 tanks in it, so you should be in for a bit of fun actually. Now, the most built tank in Second World War, found the target straight away, a BT-7, and it's a bot, I think. No, is that a bot? No, it's not a bot. It's a real player, and he's made a huge error coming this way. Well, he's finally got a penetration on ProvoBob, but ProvoBob is really going for it. And he's victimising this guy, and the kill shot actually goes to the Hetzer, who's just behind him. He's the one who got the kill. Now the 76mm is capable of 115 alpha and penetrates 128mm of armour with standard rounds, and with the APCR, which ProvoBob's firing at the moment, it goes through 177mm. Now he doesn't really need APCR, not on a tank like a Cruiser 4, which has got virtually no armour whatsoever. Now he's lost sight of him, but he ought to just fire another round in, and he's lost sight of the guy altogether. But there's an Excelsior creeping up behind him, and he just got hit by a B1 who managed to pen him right through the side. He's going after the Excelsior, who's looking at the Hetzer, and he's giving us his side. Nice bit of RAM. He did a huge amount of RAM to the Excelsior, but he lost some hit points himself in the process. And each of these shots will just pen the Excelsior, who can't move anywhere. He's trying to turn, and now he's out the game. Now there's a Matilda. That's one. He'll need another two to kill him. That's the second. Now, can he get the kill shot? Yeah, he's got it. So that's his second kill of the game. Okay, now what's going to be around the corner? Is it the B1? No, not around that corner. Oh, there's another one. Two B1s in the game. Now, easy, just aim for the hatch. That big square on the side of the vehicle is a hatch. Oh, he's got a fire. And he goes in for the ram and gets the kill. So that's 3 kills. Now, is he going to go back to that B1? Let's see if he does get this one as well. Now, on this side of the vehicle, you can see there's a square air vent. You should aim for that, but now he's gone into a hold down position. Only the turret's showing, and it's really difficult at this range to shoot the turret, but Hetzer's closing in on him. And I think he ought to give it another go. He's looking at the minimap, I think. Trying to make up his mind which way he goes. Yeah, that B1's about to get attacked by the Hetzer and the Strivs, so he might as well just turn around and go after the B1 himself. There he is. Yep, gets a hit. Can you get another one? No. Let it dial in. You'll go through the fugitive. And there's the kill shot, goes to the Hetzer. So that's 2 kill steals the Hetzer's made. Of course, he stole the BT-7 shot earlier. Okay, we've got a T50. Let it dial in. Oh, well, that's his 4th kill. And he's off. There's only 4 enemies left now. There's a Panzer IV Aslains H, a T-34 and an AT-2. In fact, actually, they just killed the Cruiser 4. The T-34's just met his death. And it looks like ProvoBob, well, he's headed for the cap area, but the Panzer IV Aslains H is on the other side of the battlefield. So I presume he's going to try and find the AT-2 and kill him. There he is. He's up ahead. No, he's turning the opposite direction. He's that way. I think he's going to the cap area instead. I think he's going to do what the Hetz is doing. Sit in the cap and pressure. And the AT-2's just been killed. And so is the Panzer IV. So the game is over and it's a victory. And here's the end of battle results, and it's a first-class tanker for ProvoBob in the M4A1 Sherman. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. A fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 9. And he got the high caliber as well for dealing the most damage in that game. And his win rate from the battle was 9,436. That's Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. There you go, top of the table with 2,049 hit points of damage. The next high scorer was the T28 on his own team, who also got a Aslains medal and 1,839 hit points. And after that, it was the T34 on the enemy team with 1,095. The bots don't show, you're only looking at the live players and the results they managed to get. When it came to kills, the T28 managed to get 5, ProvoBob only got 4. And 3 kills went to the T34, and when it came to base XP, it's ProvoBob at the top again with 960, 878 went to the T28, and 650 went to the Striv M42. He fired 25 rounds in that game, got 20 direct hits and 19 penetrations, damage of 2,049 hit points, of which 222 were at more than 300 meters. He received 13 hits from the enemy, 4 of those were penetrations, 9 non-penetrations, most of those fired by either the B1 or the BT7, who just wasn't getting through the hull. He only actually penetrated once in that exchange, and 365 hit points of damage blocked by armour. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 4, did 3 capture points at the end because he was sitting in the cap when the game ended. On a premium count, he earned 34,284 credits, but he did spam the gold like, well, you know what. And I'm afraid he ended up with a loss overall of 40,334 credits for the game because he used way too much APCR when he could have used just standard AP and got away with it because all of those shells would have penetrated. Most of those tanks just didn't have the arm to stand up to him. In fact, the only tank that actually did have the arm to stand up to him was possibly the Excelsior, but the guy turned the back of his turret to him. And of course, the rear of the turret on the Excelsior is kind of weak, so it's easier to get a kill that way. He earned 1,440 XP times 2 for the first victory. He took away 2,880 experience points altogether. So not a bad game in the M4A1 Sherman. I would say, though, maybe he would earn more in the way of profit if he actually used the right round for the occasion. I know you can't always guarantee you're going to end up in a tier 5 game with tier 4 tanks in it, so you can actually monster the enemy. But the thing is that even if you've put a decent mix of shells in, you're still going to be able to do well if you get a tier 6 game and you use standard AP on them, because you'll probably penetrate most of them with a standard 76mm gun on the M4A1. Now, I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.